Welcome to the Project Green Studios. My name is Dallas Lenear. I'm the executive director and founder of Project Green. And once again, we are still riding on a cloud after our Economic Empowerment Conference 2023. This is our third conference. This is once again in collaboration with the Kent County Tax Credit Coalition and the Latina Network of West Michigan. It was held on Saturday, April 22nd. We were in person at the GRPS University at 1400 Fuller Avenue Northeast, and we were also on Zoom. We had about 117 people in attendance total. We had some great speakers, some great workshop facilitators, and great participants, great interaction and questions, and we just had a good time. Wish that you were there, but want you to hear a little bit about what took place while we were there. And one of the things that we talked about was we had a workshop that was on estate planning. And statistics tell us about 70% of Americans die without a will, without a written plan that talks about what they want to have happen after they have left from here. And so we want to equip people with some education and inspiration about how to change that. Our presenter, Sierra Atkins, said that in the first quarter of 2023, she has already given about $1,000 to GoFundMe campaigns to people who have lost loved ones unexpectedly. So that's a very sad thing that whenever we lose someone unexpectedly, but then on top of that, on top of the grief, people are dealing with the financial pains that come along with it. And so we want to change that by educating people, but also we want to make an investment into making that change. So one of the ways that we did that is during the conference, we had a drawing and we gave away $500. Well, we selected a winner who will receive $500 towards a life insurance premium. And depending on qualifications, as we said during the promotion, that could be worth up to about a $250,000 life insurance policy. And so today we're going to bring on our winner, and we want to hear from her and hear a little bit about her life insurance story. And so that winner is Christy Clark. So let's bring her on, and there she is. Hello, Christy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm blessed. And you?
I'm doing great, doing great. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to the conference. We hope you had a good time.
Absolutely. It was fantastic, phenomenal. All the speakers gave a lot of information, and their stories were very entertaining and very relatable. I enjoyed it a lot.
Excellent, excellent. And remind me, was this your first time coming to the conference?
For this one,
Okay.
yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Well, we're glad you're a part of what we do with Project Green and with our partners. And so, Christy, just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. And one of those is, prior to winning this drawing, did you have life insurance before?
I had life insurance through my husband.
Okay. All right. And did you feel like you had enough life insurance?
I actually am not privy to that because normally I allow my mate to make those kind of arrangements. So unless we sit down and talk about details, which I don't, I just let him handle it. But no, I just figured I had enough because he does that part. So I never even looked any further.
Okay. All right. And so now that you've won this, how do you feel like this is going to change your life?
A lot. I am so thrilled and blessed to receive this at this particular juncture in my life. It's a lot going on, and that particular thing just threw me for a loop because life insurance, I'm just learning that, it's in what you get to help your family take care of your finance expenses. And seeing how I normally leave it up to the person that I love and trust in my life, I normally even looked into it. So me finding this out and getting this blessing just allows me to really look it up and find out how does that apply to Christy.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you mentioned final expenses, and frequently, I know in my own family, the life insurance that my parents were sold originally, that's all that it was about. What was highlighted was that you need enough life insurance again to pay your final expenses. But what we've learned since then, as we've grown in our understanding of financial tools, is that we need a lot more than just to pay our final expenses. One of our speakers at the conference was Dr. DeForest Buster
Mm-hmm.
Soares, and
Yeah.
he wrote a book. He wrote a number of books, but in one of his books, he talks about this acronym DIME, DIME, which helps us to understand how much life insurance we need. And so the D is for debt. So we need enough life insurance to pay off any consumer debt that we may have. So that would be like credit cards, car loans, personal loans, etc. The I is for income. So we need enough to replace our income, particularly if we are the primary breadwinner for our household. Uh, and and so the way that you calculate that to replace your income, let's say if you make $50,000 a year, and if you get $500,000 of insurance, then at your passing, your loved ones can take that $500,000, invest it into good growth stock mutual funds, which earn about 10% on average. And so 10% of 500,000 is $50,000. And so now your income has been replaced. Uh,
Amen.
the M is for mortgage. So we need enough to pay off our mortgage. And then the E is for education. So if there are children, grandchildren, or any other loved ones for whose education you want to pay, you would want to include all of that. And so you total all of those things up, how much debt, how much income, mortgage payoff, education, and then that's about how much we need in life insurance. So um, most of us don't carry enough because we don't even know how much we need to carry. Uh,
Amen.
and so hopefully this policy will help you move towards your goal.
Yes,
Uh,
it is.
yeah. So Christy, anything else that you would want to tell us about your life insurance story or anything else?
My story is my parents. My parents were very private. The household and how it was ran was very private. So I never knew anything about life insurance. I know bills got paid because I turned on the lights came on. There you go. So that's it.
Yeah.
So that was it. And so then I'm still as an adult didn't dive into it. I know final expenses is one thing that I never looked up anything else. Like I didn't know anything about what does fully paid up mean, and what is the difference between permanent life insurance and term,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I'm really digging now. So I mean, I got lots of questions. We don't have enough time.
Well,
We don't.
we may not have enough time here in this conversation, but
Mhm.
this is why Project Green exists, right? So that we can, and we do talk more about all of those things in our various workshops. So we have a money talk workshop where we dive into insurance and we share that dime acronym that I just shared. We talk about that there, but we also talk about the difference between permanent life insurance versus term. And I'll tell you, even the name Money Talk Workshop, we got that because we came up with that name because we know that a lot of times within our own households or within our own communities, we have the answers, even though we may not be financial experts, may not be bankers or investment professionals, but we have enough experience to know that if we just have the money talk, if we share what we do know, even mistakes that we've made, then we can help others to reach their goals. So you talked about how money wasn't talked about in your household. That's the norm, unfortunately. That's very common, I should say.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have these conferences and these workshops so that we can have a forum where we can talk about our finances. And so we invite you and others to be a part of Project Green, to sign up on our contact list. I'm going to ask Brandon in the background here if he'll put our website in the comments section so that people can see that. And in fact, on our website, we have a highlight page from our Economic Empowerment Conference. You can hear a little bit more about what took place there. But on that same page, you can sign up for our contact list and you can be a part of our ongoing programs and other upcoming events where you can learn more about these things that Christy and I have been talking about here today. So again, thank you, Christy. We're glad that you were present and glad that you won this.
Me too.
Yes. So we'll talk offline about how to finalize this so we can get this paid for and get you moving closer to your financial goals.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated. You have no idea.
Thanks so much, Christy.